The head coach of the Iowa women's basketball team, fresh out of practice, Coach Lisa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I like this. I like this.
I thought you needed to look a little better today.
Okay.
So I brought you some gear.
All right, you got it. Hold up 1 second. I'm not in the greatest shape right now, not fighting shape, but. Sorry, immediately upon meeting you, I take my clothes off, but
I did my best to make this show attractive to everybody.
Hi-yo! I wish I was in better shape for you. That's all me. Blizzard got me a little fat this morning. Coach, thank you so much for making time to stop over here.
Pleasure.
These people have been fantastic all morning.
Hawk fans are the best.
Yes, the campus is radiating. Campus is radiating. That is legitimately how it feels upon arriving. I've heard a couple interviews where you said that you had to change the way you coach because of the way Caitlin Clark plays. We asked Caitlin Clark to come on the program. She said that she's too locked in. This is too important of a time. I am sorry, I cannot make it. With the most respectful answer of all time. And I immediately thought, and Dallas did as well, of Peyton Manning, all these super high-end, mentally competitive savages. Is that what Caitlin is? Has she been that way the entire time? And what do you know, or what did you see in her maybe that the rest of the world is now just getting to kind of see in a big way?
Well, a lot of coaches saw her early, obviously, and she is such a competitor. She's a warrior out there. She has this ability to win that is just over the top of anybody else. I mean, it really is. She just wills her team to win, and it's so much fun to coach her.
Dallas talked earlier that watching the team, what he loves the most about this year's team, not that teams in the past had anything different, but this year's team, it's everybody knows that she's, there's no jealousy, seemingly, of everybody else, which can happen in basketball. It's kind of happening with Wemby, almost with the Spurs and a couple other places, because everybody's good. Obviously, you're playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball team. You're good. Dealing with a superstar, and I'm not saying dealing in a negative way, but how have you seen the team kind of rally around, and why do you think Caitlin has that respect of her teammates?
It's something we've worked really hard on, is that everybody matters on our team, no matter who you are, what your role is, and they buy into that, but they are not jealous of Caitlin because they know she works hard, harder than anybody. She's a goofy teammate. She shares the wealth. I mean, she gives Nike gear out like it's candy and Bose headphones and those type of things. So, I mean, she's a person that endears herself to you. She gives credits to her teammates as soon as she can, and you know, when her spotlight shines, it shines on all of us, and we're all happy about that.
Yeah, I heard a story from Wright Thompson, I believe, about her getting a yacht for her teammates to kind of just go disappear for a little bit. It's those types of stories are the camaraderie builders. Those are the type of stories of that's a program changer. You knew immediately upon her choosing to stay in Iowa that the program was going to change? Is that accurate?
You can never predict that exactly, right? You can't say, oh yeah, she's going to take us to the Final Four, but that was the goal, and she said she was going to do it, and she backed up her words.
So this year, last opportunity here with Caitlin Clark.
Yep.
Obviously, the Iowa women's basketball team has changed forever, and expectations are going to be what they're going to be forever for you and for the team because of what this team has accomplished. How do you treat this year versus maybe years past? Is there any difference, or what is your messaging to the team?
No, it's still that one game at a time. We're not overlooking anybody. We got Holy Cross tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to prep for that just like we do every single game the rest of the year. But now we got one game or we got 6 games, and so it's time to get serious, and our women are locked in, like you said, that Caitlin is. But our message is really not any different, but I feel like being there last year has helped me just be a little more prepared for what's about to happen.
What, bitches, everything's big?
Everything's big. I mean, all the media, all the
This,
extra.
for instance, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you for coming. But that type of stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And also that rest is so important this time of year. I learned that last year the hard way. I mean, it is really important to get them physically, mentally regrouped after a game and get them ready to go again. And not so much the scouting report, just worry about your own team a little bit more.
University of Iowa grad, big fan, obviously.
Yeah.
Ty has a question for you,
Yeah,
Coach.
absolutely.
How about that? You just clap.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, Coach, I feel like you have a lot of new fans really since Caitlin has started playing here, but I graduated about 10 years ago, and you guys were a great team then, perennial tournament team. Could you have ever forecasted that this kind of media circus would happen? And also, I know that it's down the road, and it's hard to think about that at a time, but like, how much of an impact has Caitlin had on recruiting and like where this team is going to go in the future?
Yeah, I think she's had a huge impact, not only for fan support. I mean, we sold out very quickly.
Everywhere.
Every
Yeah.
single game
Yeah.
and everywhere we go. But also with recruiting. I mean, just with the added TV exposure, you're on the television and recruits can see you, and that's a good thing. And they like what I was all about. They like the fan support. They like the community.
Fun brand of basketball.
It is a really fun brand of basketball. We lead the country in scoring, assists, and field goal percentage. So that's a fun style.
Yeah, let's fill up the bucket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's fill up the bucket. Boston Connor has a question for you. He is hated by these fans.
Yeah, I don't know what I did, Coach. I said I loved Iowa, and they do this. See, look, I just said I loved Iowa again. Whatever. What are you going to do? They suck anyways. Just not you though. But
Whoa!
When thinking about these next couple weeks, and even just on Saturday, has the emotion set in of like the Caitlin Clark era, and what it will be like when she isn't here? And have you been able to take in, even at practice, maybe how special it has been to coach a player like her that'll probably never come again?
I haven't taken any practices for granted. I know how fortunate I've been as a coach to have the greatest player in America, men or women, in my opinion,
absolutely,
basketball-wise, out on that court every day. So. But I haven't gotten emotional about the end of the year. I haven't gotten emotional about, tomorrow we play, and if we win that game, then that'll be our last game in Carver after that. I haven't really thought that far. Kind of keep the blinders on and go one game at a time, one day at a time.
That feels smart. Whenever you have to do those moments, though, like you said, she's the best hooper in college basketball. Pistol Pete now in second place. Yeah. Obviously the women's records, and they have that big video that runs. And it's a lot of her ex-teammates and current teammates. You're in there, other coaching, other staff in there. And, I got like emotional. Like I was at home watching it and listening to people like talk to her, and also her like taking it in and accepting it as well. Because that's probably a very uncomfortable moment for her. I would assume, from everything that I've learned about her, having the entire arena stop and a tribute video play for her, probably not the most like desirable thing for a Caitlin Clark who just wants to get to the next game. I think whenever she broke the record at halftime, she said, we got to play better defense or something in the second half, like always locked in. When those moments are taking place, does the whole team, do you have to address them afterwards? You have to say, like, obviously we're in the middle of a historic run tonight. We're potentially going to knock Pistol Pete Maravich. Like, when those moments are coming, do you address the team about them beforehand? And then as they happen, do you use them as motivation or speeches to the team?
I don't have to address them because you guys do. I mean, everybody knows about the records that are about to happen, right? So it's, that's not an issue. And really, we talk about, it's an honor. Like, she's in our locker room, and look what she's just done, and look at the recognition she's brought to our program. So, again, it's not like we have to talk about it because everybody's talking about it.
How about her for those record breakers? Like, not even like a glitch. Or thought. Like Steph Curry, I talked about this at the beginning of the show. Steph Curry, when he was catching up to the all-time threes record in the NBA, he went through a little bit of a drought because he was thinking about the threes record. Then when he finally got it, he came out and admitted and was like, yeah, I was thinking about it. Her.
That's the one that broke Kelsey Plum's NCAA record.
Yeah, exactly.
And she did it in style, and that we have that mark on that logo from where she made that basket in Carver now. It's pretty cool to have that.
But
I
not
see
even
men's teams coming in there and trying to shoot from there.
Absolutely.
Shoot around.
Yes.
And they're not very good at it. This is when she breaks Pistol Pete's record. We didn't even know at that time. We honestly did not know at that time that she was breaking Pistol Pete's. It was 18 points she needed. We were caught up in this game. It's a game against Ohio State. We had forgotten about it, as you can tell.
No way.
Awesome.
Honestly, we were locked in. We wanted to beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
sweet.
Because we were all,
Here we go.
everybody's
Here we go. Standing on business.
standing on on business. You're damn right. Like, because everybody on the internet, as soon as we saw the situation, and I was watching because I've become a big fan of watching your team play basketball.
Thank you.
I very much appreciate how you guys play basketball. I mean, it's. I have ADD, so like I need, But the whole world saw that she was about to break the record, so everybody's trying to figure out where the hell this is to get to Peacock, and she has the whole world watching her seemingly. Everybody in the arena, and it's just her on the foul line all by herself. The thought that she had no idea she was breaking it changes this whole thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
wait a
she
second.
splashes that home.
She might have known because she's got a memory like no other. I didn't know, but she might have known. And I think it's pretty cool she ended on a free throw.
Yeah.
Splash.
Like, free
too.
throw, right?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
fundamentals.
By herself.
Instead of that logo 3, it was a free throw. That probably ticked her off.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Tom.
Coach, you talked about learning from last year and rest being a big thing from last year. Is it so when you go from the regular season Big Ten tournament and then you have this time off and then you have a time off between, from the 64 to 32? Like, is each weekend a new season? How do you approach that and the rest and the like? Is there a different message going into each weekend basically, and when you're in the tournament?
Yeah, we break it down into weekends. So we say this is a 2-game tournament. That's all we're worrying about is this 2 games. And then we'll worry about the next 2 the next week. I mean, who knows who you're even going to be playing next.
West Virginia.
So, well, maybe. I mean, you don't know, right? For
Fairfield.
sure. But we'll see.
Coach, you're playing West Virginia.
I don't know. Princeton's a pretty good team.
Well, listen. We don't need to put that in the universe. That's not what this conversation is about. That is not what this conversation is about. How's the team? I know you just got done with practice.
We just got done with practice. They're ready to go. It's been 2 weeks since we played. It is a long
Scared
time.
about rust? Scared about rust?
A little bit. I'm glad we're at 1 versus 16. Not that I'm taking Holy Cross for granted, but they were great last night.
We agree. They're in the tournament. We get it.
38% three-point shooting last night. They did a great job.
We get it. But there is a little bit of a worry of not playing games.
There is, but at least we're at home. That helps.
Yeah, the place is going to be wild.
Oh, it's going to be great. 15,000. Woo.
Average ticket price?
What is it now?
$6.59.
Great.
Highest ever.
You gotta love it.
Yes, you do.
Gotta love it.
Yes, you do. And
Gotta
also,
love it.
you just said something there about the spot on the court where she broke the record.
Yeah.
We're definitely having people pay like $100 come do that shot for NIL.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Genius.
Gave me a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I got you, Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the women's basketball team here at the beautiful University of Iowa, Lisa Bluder. Coach, thank you.
Lisa.
Good luck out there, okay? I'm watching. Let's go win.
Athlete.
Yep.
Athlete.